Energizing Indiana is coming to Jasper. Actually, it's here already. We're going to talk more about that in detail in this edition of WJTS in.form. Hello, I'm your host, Bill Potter. Joining me in the studio, we are very honored to have His Honor, the Mayor of the City of Jasper, Terry Seitz.
Hello, Bill.
How are you?
I am fine, thank you very much, and I'm honored to have Bud Hauersberger, our General Manager of our utilities.
Well,
I saved you that introduction.
Yeah, thank you, because, you know, sometimes Hauersberger, well, it comes out pretty good. It must be that German background, I'm able to say that. We're going to talk about Energizing Indiana. I guess the first thing either one of you can answer. Energizing Indiana, what is that?
I'll go ahead and take a stab at it. It's really a partnership or a coalition, essentially, of the Indiana Office of Utility Consumer Counselor and the electric power utilities in Indiana. Our supplier, our collaborative partners in distribution of electric energy in Jasper is IMPA, Indiana Municipal Power. And Jasper, Huntingburg, and about 50 other municipal utilities are part of that. The program we're going to talk about today is applicable to anyone who receives their electric service from the Jasper Municipal Electric Department.
And the idea behind this is to show people ways they can save energy. Is that right? Be more energy efficient?
Yeah, it's really when you get into the consumer part, which we can talk about in a bit, there are a lot of entities that are elements of this. I think Bud could probably address is, again, what's in it for the municipality in energy. And as we kind of kidded before the show, isn't it all a matter of sales? Don't we want to sell more energy?
Right, so your job is to provide and sell more energy. Now you're coming up with ways to save that.
Right. Well, if we can reduce our energy across the system, especially during certain times of day, that will mean that we don't have to build new power plants, and that's a very expensive endeavor. So by reducing our energy, we reduce the need to build those new power plants, and that's the motivation behind. I mean, in Indiana, not only is it the municipal utilities, but Duke, Vectren, AEP, NIPSCO, Northern Indiana Public Service, IP&L, they're all part of this coalition partnership. So they're doing this all over the state. The only people that aren't doing it is rural electrics in the state because they already had a program set up. Okay. They already have their, I'd say probably some people are familiar with their rebate programs, and they are going to be getting into energy assessments too, from what I've heard. So they've kind of developed their own programs. Some that are not included in this offering, but almost every other city or utility in the state is involved with this Energizing Indiana.
I guess in a way, Energizing Indiana is more of an efficiency. We're looking to improve the efficiency of what we do.
Absolutely, okay. No doubt. And there are ways to do that. I think that homeowners may or may not realize. We get all accustomed to running the shower the way we've always run it, which is also, even though that's not electric, it could be electric hot water heater. Or it could be a gas heater that has an electric power to it and distributes things through a pump. All those things that can be reduce the flow, of course, natural light bulbs and things like that. These are all ways that have had significant changes in technology or in basic, simple understanding of reducing, kind of like aerator in your kitchen sink. You can tell a difference when you have an open faucet or you have an aerator. And I don't think anybody can say that an aerator doesn't get it any cleaner than the regular open flow. We're kind of looking at the same applications of how you can do common, simple things that will save the grid or the utility money, but ultimately save you money. And it's residential, small business, commercial, and even industrial. And Jasper is leading the way in industrial applications of Energizing Indiana. And Bud could share a little more about that too. But we're going to talk a little bit later about really homeowners, what we'd like you to do, and how safe this is, and how likely you'll save money on something that's free, and you're going to give a gift at the end.
Ooh, well, first of all, let's talk about the industrial commercial. That's going on right now, or has been going on. Is that correct?
Correct. There's numerous companies, Kimball and Stens, for instance. I know I've received rather large rebate checks, some close to $25,000, for things like changing out to more efficient motors, changing their lights out to a more efficient light fixture. They get a certain dollar amount for every fixture they change. Plus, they get the added benefit that over the years they're going to reduce their energy costs for the life of that light fixture change out.
Okay, well, I think a lot of times people think, well, commercial and industry, that's what they do. They should be looking to be more efficient, but there's things we can do residentially that will make a difference too.
Very true. And if I may interject to tag on what Bud just said, there is some community outreach and enrichment that's rolling part of the program on the industrial energy saving rebate. So industry can get energy saving rebate, but they also get a chance to make a civic designation. So as we talk about how that's done, if you have a manufacturer or a plant or some large energy user, you can play actually a designee and say, I'd like, after you go through my energy audit and things like that, when we would have a rebate, we can designate 5% to a local charity, eligible charity.
That is significant. That's great.
Absolutely.
Well, let's talk about on the residential end.
Okay.
You know, what's in it for me, sort of deal, the common person. What do I get out of this? And is this an audit or is it an assessment?
That's a really good question.
Because the audit scares me, you know, and I think a lot of people are concerned about
the Internal
privacy.
Revenue Service does audits. We do assessments.
Okay.
And the significant difference is this has the blessings of the City of Jasper and the municipal electric utility and the entire utility department behind it. We know what's going on. So when we say we'd like you to do an assessment of the energy in your home, it's to your benefit. And Bud will kind of share what's in it for the homeowner. But do not be afraid. In fact, we're going to make it so simple. We simply ask that you schedule an assessment that's free through City Hall, through the utility office, and you can do that by phone or in person. We'll make it work for you in some fashion. So, Bud, why don't we kind of share with the homeowner? I mean, this is like a golden opportunity. If it sounds like it's too good to be true, this is one of those that actually is perfect. It is too good to be true, but it's really true.
Right, and I think when people first hear about it, they associate this with some sort of sales call. Mm-hmm. That if they invite, this person's going to try to sell me insulation, they're going to try to sell me some gadget to help my hot water heater or something, but that's not the case. This is definitely just strictly to help the homeowner to save energy. And the assessment usually takes about an hour. Someone will come, you'll set up an appointment, can be during the week. They actually have some evening hours and some Saturday hours, so
right, that's great.
It can be more convenient for you to do it then. They will come into your house and do a walkthrough, do an inspection. They'll actually check your insulation in the attic. They'll count up the number of light fixtures you have. They'll check your HVAC system. They will do multiple anything that has to do with about energy, they will check. And they will then put together a report. They'll go back out into their vehicle. Within a few minutes, they'll come back with a 8, 9, 10-page report that'll identify, if you do this, this will save you this amount of energy. If you do this, this will save you this amount of energy. And kind of have a checklist for you to assist you in doing an assessment of what you can do to save energy.
And really, you're not obligated to do it. This is a suggestion, but you're hoping that people will do it.
Right.
And that's one thing people maybe, that's why you're not selling a product, you're not selling something.
It's an assessment.
Yes.
You're going to have a tool when it's done to help you save money. How you implement it, what you choose to do, how much of it you choose to do is up to you, but literally I can say, talk it over. Well, what would be the downside? Yeah, and again, it's free. Mm-hmm. It's authorized through the city, so you know it's legitimate. People who have had it said they have found it to be a very good experience. Now, once we complete the assessment, or once the assessment is completed by the Energizing Indiana team, we have parting gifts. Like
Parting
the game
gifts.
show.
Okay. All right.
Yes. Not only, they're not selling anything, they're giving stuff away.
I can hold for you, bud.
They'll give you a little box and this is a surge protector or plug strip that also saves energy because you can plug different things in and it'll sense if something is turned off, it'll turn off other things, so that if you have a TV, a VCR, DVD players, you can turn one of them off, it'll turn the other ones off too, so it'll stop that kind of
redundancy.
Yeah,
Okay.
And then they'll give you a box that includes a number of things. They'll have at least 9 fluorescent light bulbs in different sizes that you can replace your incandescent light bulbs with these fluorescent light bulbs. They have sink aerators. There's a couple of those in here.
These are beyond. They're not handyman projects. These are literally plug this in, screw that in.
Anybody
change
can
a
do
light
it.
bulb.
And they will actually do this for you if you want.
That's awesome.
As long as it's they can do it with their hands. If they have to get a pliers out, liability-wise, they don't want to. They're not plumbers, so. But if they can twist it off with their hand, they'll go ahead and replace some of the stuff. And there's a couple shower heads for showers. This one sink aerator is for like a kitchen sink, and then 2 bathroom sinks. They also will, if needed, they'll add insulation maybe around your hot water heater.
Like a blanket or something.
Yeah. So that's kind of the generic residential assessment.
It's a great value.
Well, you know,
Yeah, we figured this is all worth about $85 at least. That was conservatively.
What we want people to know is, you know, I know in this world of distrust, this is endorsed by the city of Jasper. You as a consumer are making the appointment yourself. This isn't somebody just showing up at your door and saying, I'm going to do this.
Right.
You are really in control of this whole thing.
Sure,
and
you're making an appointment.
It's no cost. It is.
It's no cost. You're going to receive a very thorough audit of what you could do to save money. And how you apply that is really up to you. You can actually start saving money the time they leave just by changing the aerator and things. And not great. These are all simple things that over time will reap benefits and that have such simple applications. Everyone should be doing them, but not everyone does. And then you'll have that value pack. And then, Bud, there's also another great component of civic mindedness. Once you have your audit done, there's one other thing that you can do, which is just awesome.
That is, you can designate a nonprofit that has to be registered with Energizing Indiana, and they will receive a $25 contribution from Energizing Indiana, just because.
And we have 9 or 10 local charity or charitable organizations at this time. And so let's talk about one other thing. If you have people that live not in Jasper but on a participating utility, you can designate Jasper charities as the recipient. So if you have kids in Indianapolis and they were former members of the Jasper High School band and the band is a charity, I think that's registered, they may go, you know what, I'm going to make my designation back at home because I really don't know any at Indianapolis. Yeah. You can do that, or around Indiana. So, sizing it up, it truly is, I guess the term would be no-brainer.
Yeah, why not get it done?
Everybody wins.
Yes.
The utilities win, the customers win, and now nonprofits can win, the whole community wins.
Well, you also get that good feeling of doing something that's right for the world and nature by making your not recycling as such, but by cutting back, reduce, reuse, recycle sort of a deal.
Yeah, and we have over 5,000 residential customers of Jasper Electric. And imagine the difference that we could make in those households if you had these audits done. Mm-hmm. You know, if we're setting goals, and today I have a hard time setting a goal of not having to be 100%. I know that's not likely because I can't figure out why someone would do that. If you're a customer of Jasper Electric, if your check goes to Jasper Municipal Utilities and from your electric bill, you are eligible. It is free. You set the appointment. You work through the city utilities office to do that. You'll have a professional. Everything we've heard saying that this is just amazing. They're shocked about what all they get. The audit, things that would help them save money in the future. The gift pack that literally could be installed, light bulbs. They'll even change them out for you if they can, if they can reach them safely. And then you make a $25 donation to charity for having this done. How could you say no?
And you're not spending any money. All you're doing is making a phone call and making a stop.
And a little investment in your time.
And like I said, it takes 45 minutes to an hour. But like we had a city councilman that did it, and he said he spent like an hour and 45 minutes because he was enjoying the experience and had questions and loved being educated by
this
these
particular
people.
City councilman was shocked to find out that he had 68 light bulbs in his house.
You know what? When you start adding stuff,
add it up. So if you think you could save energy from them, and still have light and still again just upgrade your technology just a little, you're going to cut your electric bill. And again, it helps us, even whether we're looking at any utilities of wastewater is obviously there, but if you look at infrastructure where we have electric service or even be able to produce water, things that we do, you know, what we can do to give a greater lifespan to the services that we have, that's where we save. And that's ultimately where you save on your rates again.
So yeah, you're saving double.
Exactly.
You pulled out a chart, Bud. Is that?
Yes, this is the, right now there's, let's let's see, 1, 2, 3, 7 non-for-profits that are registered with Energizing Indiana, and it's fairly easy to do. If somebody else, other nonprofits want to become involved, it's a great fundraiser. Obviously, you get $25 for every assessment that actually gets performed and that's been assigned to your organization. So right now we have the Du Bois County Humane Society, Habitat for Humanity of Du Bois County, Jasper Band Parents, Jasper Boys Soccer Booster Club, St. Vincent de Paul, Jasper District, TriCap, and the Moose Lodge number 175 in Jasper.
So, Bud, are we still accepting, or is Energizing Indiana still accepting applicants for these nonprofits?
Yes, if you come to the utility office, we can get you in touch with the Energizing Indiana, and your organization can then, you have to do an application and fill out some forms, and then they will review it to make sure that you are the type of nonprofit or a nonprofit, and then you can send those in, and then it'll take a few weeks maybe to find out if you're on the list or not. And once you're on the list, then they'll send you all the documents you need to sign people up.
And doing the simple math, if you had 40 people in your organization, all of them were Jasper Municipal Electric customers, and you signed up and you go, okay, let's go, I want everyone to schedule their appointment. That's all the coordination it takes. You're going to earn $1,000. Just like that simple.
Right. I think the band, I'm associated with the Jasper Band Parents, and we had a meeting that was a dinner for the band and awards dinner, and I had a sign-up sheet before the thing, and we had 20 people sign up, and not all of them have been scheduled yet, but so far we've probably made over $400 just in that one event, added to what we made at the event.
Is there a deadline for consumers, residents, utility customers to sign up for this? I mean, do you have to have this done by a certain date?
Well, right now this is an annual cycle, but they say it's going to continue at least next year too, and they might even add some other things to this with maybe some rebates for other things. So it's kind of a continuing process. They're still developing it. So.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if it sounds too good to be true, this one really is good.
It really is.
Take advantage of it.
I mean, bottom line, it's free.
Totally free.
Totally free. You schedule the appointment, so it's in your control. You will receive money-saving tips, truly, that could be implemented as soon as you wish them to. You'll receive gifts of energy-saving items that you might be able to, depending on safety and access, have them installed that day by the same person doing the assessment. And then you choose $25 donation for a favorite charity. And fundamentally, it all starts here at the City of Jasper. Bud, you want to give them a contact number and City Hall, how you want to handle that as far as a call to action today?
You can either come in to Jasper Municipal Utilities office. It's in City Hall, or you can call it 482-9131, and we can get the information to you.
All right, well, take advantage of this great opportunity. Energizing Indiana is in Jasper, and this assessment is something that you need to be doing, whether you're a business, small, big, whatever size, or definitely as a resident. Thank you to our guests, the Mayor of the City of Jasper, Terry Seitz, and Bud Hausberger, the Utilities Manager for the City of Jasper. And thank you for watching WJTS in.form. We are local people watching local people.